You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
What up, folks? How's everybody doing out there?
We're doing great.
Yes, always. Hey, folks, if you don't know Rick Curti, you should.
Absolutely.
Also known as Mr. Opinion. Rick, how you doing?
Hey, thanks for having me on your show, guys. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hey, not a problem. So I kind of want to dive in because I'm a big baseball guy, did a little bit of scouting for a few years and all that kind of fun stuff.
Yep.
I want to know why Charlotte should be an MLB franchise.
Well, Charlotte is one of the fastest growing cities. We have been for the last 20 to 30 years. We already can support the NFL. We can support the NBA. We just had our brand new professional MLS soccer team make their debut Saturday. They had almost 75,000 at the game, which
Wow.
MLS attendance record.
That's big.
We have the Hurricanes in Raleigh, who won the Stanley Cup in 2006.
Yep.
There is no pro teams in South Carolina. There's no baseball in Tennessee. There's no baseball in Virginia. And the closest we have to a team are the Braves, which are like 4.5 hours away in Smyrna, Georgia. And we're 10 hours away from Washington, D.C. So why not Charlotte?
I agree. I like it. I love it. You bring up Tennessee, and you and Tennessee are like two of the top forerunners that I have noticed to get an expansion team. You've got you guys, Vegas, obviously Nashville, and a few other ones, which I just kind of discard: Montreal, Vancouver, San Juan, and Mexico City, and Portland.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, they don't need them. We need to get something going out there. At least that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, do you think that the MLB is looking at you and going, well, you guys have 10 indie, or excuse me, 1 indie, but 11 minor league baseball teams? Do you think they're taking that into consideration?
Well, Florida has a lot of minor league teams too, and they got 2 MLB teams. So,
Right.
I mean, that's the spring training capital of the world. Is go to Florida to go watch, your spring training games. Not right now, but before the lockout, yeah, you can go see spring training games in Florida, and it didn't hurt Florida. So North Carolina is a great destination. It's growing like crazy.
Yeah.
Like 40 some people are moving here every day. We got banks out here. We got Bank of America headquartered out here. So yeah, we have a lot of minor league, indie, and all that stuff. But I think that's what helps our product, is that we can support baseball. We have a AAA team here in Charlotte. Their attendance is one of the top in all of the MILB. So it's just, I think it brings more credibility and assurance. And like if we can't have a team in Charlotte, I mean, like where you're from in Sacramento, like Sacramento, hey, why not? They should have a team too. It's the capital of California. So
I agree.
I think we're in the same boat.
Well, my question, I think, is because I know it takes a long time for the whole process, right? You got to get a group together. You got to get pitches and proposals and all this stuff. Where is MLB at for actually adding expansion or even adding a team?
Well, right now, the commissioner came out with his list in 2015. He actually had Oklahoma and Mexico. They're not on that list no more. It's Las Vegas, it's Charlotte, it's Nashville, it's Vancouver, it's Montreal, and Nashville. Those are the teams he's looking at. And so,
are they talking expansion?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Those are the 6 he's looking at for expansion.
And how many teams do they plan to expand?
Probably about 2. Because instead of
that helps, right?
Yeah, it's always going to be 2 teams. They always want an even number. So when they do expand, it'll go from 30 to 32 teams. I believe it's going to be Charlotte and Nashville. And the thing that's holding it up right now is that he wants to get stadiums situated in Oakland and Tampa Bay. Those are
because Oakland's probably going to go to Vegas.
Yeah, I
Vegas,
think Oakland's
right?
definitely going to go to Vegas.
Going to Las Vegas. They're looking at like 4 different properties out there right now.
Yeah.
Oakland's got a horrible track record of keeping teams.
Yeah.
The Raiders have gone. They told them they were going to build them a stadium in '94. I remember when the Raiders went to Oakland.
Yep.
In 1990, went back to Oakland in '94. They wanted a new stadium in Los Angeles. Said no, we'll renovate the Coliseum.
Yep.
No, we're going to go to Oakland. Never got a stadium. Now they're in Vegas. And so they lost their NBA team. They're now in San Francisco. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, they're going to lose their baseball team. They're going to Las Vegas as well. So
They are.
and now and I used to live in Las Vegas for 5 years, and nobody wanted to have a pro team there. Now it's like one of the hottest places
Oh yeah.
because sports gambling out right now is
Yeah.
billions of dollars. So it's a hot place to go now.
You gotta chase the money. Absolutely.
Definitely.
So that leads to my next question,
Yo, go
which
for
I'm
it.
going to jump all over it.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's okay. It's
No,
usual.
because he was mentioning Charlotte and Nashville, and that aligns. When you add two teams, you probably got to have it into one division, or do you need to move a team that's already established into another division to make the balance? And that's kind of going to you as well, because I know you're into baseball. So I'm actually asking both of you.
No, I'll let you go ahead first, and then I'll interject afterwards.
Well, I mean, they can add them to the American League or National League East, or they can have their own Southern Division. I think it'd be great to have Atlanta, Charlotte, Nashville, and you get one of the teams in Texas and one of the teams. You can get like the Rangers, or you can get the Astros, or you can get one of the Florida teams in Miami and and the Rays. If the Rays don't go to Montreal, I don't know what's going to happen with them. I think they can start a whole new Southern Division. Right now MLB is looking at how can they change the game to make it better, and they're coming up with all these weird ideas of robot umpires and pitching clock and all this stuff to make the game more exciting.
Right.
I think it's exciting to add two new teams and two great lively markets, and you need to have more teams in the South. It's just Atlanta right now that's like the only Southern team. If you add a Nashville and a Charlotte and Atlanta, grow your base out there, it will do great. So that's what I suggest.
I see in my opinion, I see a major reconstruction of every division. Like you're saying, a South division. I think you're going to have a Northeast, Southwest. And what's going to happen is they're all going to become 14 divisions. And you're going to see a race like no other. The playoffs, they're going to go to a 14 team, go back to the 14 team like they did in the 2020 season, which is going to allow more teams to get in. But with the expansion, it's going to be tougher, I think. Yeah. And I think division champions are going to be more prevalent as compared to just the wild cards getting in, because they're going to want to win their division, because they're going to want that extra home field advantage, and also have the best home field advantage. Sorry, I can't spit it out right now. The best record, because they're going to want that home field advantage. I mean, let's be upfront.
Right.
Yeah. I think that would be a phenomenal idea. And I want to go back to what I was thinking. I know, scary. If you have Nashville, you add Nashville and you add Charlotte, wow. You just solidified the South as a stronghold in baseball.
It's true.
Yeah. You got the whole market. You got the West Coast. You already got the Midwest with St. Louis and Kansas City. Of course, we got the West Coast with Los Angeles. You got the whole East Coast representing New York and all that.
Yeah.
We need more baseball in the South.
We do.
It gets ignored a lot. And Atlanta just won the World Series. Yeah. So we've proven that the South, are great competitors in Major League Baseball, and you do add like a cool rivalry with Tennessee and Atlanta and Nashville. I mean, it's a whole rivalry right there. It would just be fun, and they're like three of the hottest hotspots in the South right now. They're like three of the fastest growing right now are Atlanta, Charlotte, and Nashville.
Yeah, come on, who doesn't want to go to the Queen City?
Of course, I mean. We have everything here. If you like, this is a foodie place. If you like restaurants and you like to eat, I love to eat, as you can tell. It's a great place to go eat. It's a great place to have fun. It's growing like crazy. It's a great community. It's affordable out here. That's why I moved out here. I came here. I knew nothing about North Carolina. All I knew is the Andy Griffith Show and Dale Earnhardt. That's pretty much all I knew about North Carolina. And I set foot here and I fell in love with the city. I've been here 14 years. It's been great. And I always thought every single day, why doesn't Charlotte have a Major League Baseball team? I don't get it. Like North Carolina is a hot spot. It's a little jewel that a lot of people are moving to. And it's like, we got everything else. We got the beaches, the mountains. We could support the Panthers. We could support the Hornets here. Michael Jordan is from here. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
MJ, baby.
it's like a great hotspot. And I think what happened was they get stereotyped so much with college basketball and NASCAR, just like Tennessee gets stereotyped with country music and all that. So I think now it's changed so much because we have so many transplants out here. Nobody is from Charlotte. We're all from other parts of the cities, which makes it even more attractive to be here and to have an MVP team. So it's time, and I'm glad that the commissioner agreed that Charlotte should be up there for expansion.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think that
I'm going to stop you really quick. I just wanted to mention how strong my hair is revolting from my head today.
I like it.
And I can't get it to stop. I just wanted to point that out. But I also wanted to say this is great conversation.
It is.
This is such a good one. I hope sports people really get to watch this and see, because we're actually talking about some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh, are you ready? Are you sure
ready.
that's okay?
I'm just fighting this hair.
Yeah, we can tell.
Go
the
ahead.
head over here.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so do you think that the lockout is helping Charlotte, or do you think it's hindering it a little bit?
I think it's hurting all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
You know, I think people are seeing right now, and they're not on either side. You know, you got the players who are making like 20, 30 million a year, whining and crying about their rights. And then you got the billionaire owners saying this is not fair. So it's actually hurting the game of Major League Baseball. And now they want to come up with these quirky rules and you know, like a pitch count and maybe some robot umpires and expanding the playoffs. I heard they want to make the bases larger or something like that. They want to ban the shift.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Ted Williams played in the shift and he had 406. I mean, come on, guys. You guys are supposed to be the best of the best, and you want to ban the shift, which is ridiculous. So
my favorite change is putting all the players back to minimum wage and then them getting paid based on their performance.
I like that. I wish they would do that.
I wish it would be like the NFL and not have guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
And it's like you play one year, and you know they can cut you, and you know, stuff like that. I mean, in football, it's everybody has a year-to-year contract. There is no 5-year. In baseball, it's all guaranteed. In the NBA, it's all guaranteed. And so,
I mean, Bobby Bonilla is the only player being paid right now.
He's got the greatest best contract sports is Bobby Bonilla. How that guy is still getting paid, and he hadn't played like in 20 years is amazing. I remember when he signed that big contract, $25 million for 5 years, which was gargantuan. You're like, oh my god,
Yep.
like pennies now with today's contract. So it's amazing that he still gets paid, and his agent, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
I agree. Best contract in the history of MLB. Period.
Yeah.
Case closed.
I would
Tell me how you got into baseball. Like, was it like? Did you play as a kid? Is it just more of like something that? Are you involved in baseball in any way besides the expansion?
My love of baseball started when I was younger. When people asked me if I played baseball, I said, yes, I did. And they said, what position? I said, very badly. I was not a good athlete at all. I couldn't even make my own high school baseball team, but I was always a student of the game. And I read books, and I read about, you know, Ty Cobb and Ted Williams. And, you know, when people are talking about Bobby Bonilla, I'm talking about, you know, Lou Gehrig and, you know, and so I just fell in love with the game. And I've always have, and I love all sports. Football, I follow football a lot. I'm ready for the USFL to start. Since I don't know if when baseball's gonna start, I'm gonna start getting to the USFL. So I just love all sports. It's just expanded over the years, and I just had this passion and love. And when I moved here, I said we need an MLB team in Charlotte. I'm an artist, so I have a vision for what I think what we need, what we can do. And for me, involved in baseball, this is my thing. I do. This is my passion. This is my love. What I do. I wake up every day, and it's just a matter of time that Charlotte gets MLB. We're so close, and I think the MLS coming here is fantastic. The crowd was amazing. It was packed. You know, in a COVID world right now, it was, people are just like, we want to go out there and support this new team. And I'm thinking, if people get this excited about pro soccer, can you imagine we get MLB? Can you imagine like the Dodgers come here? Can you imagine if the Oakland or San Francisco or you know, we Giants fans out there? So so you know,
A's.
and I grew up in Los Angeles, so sorry. Uh, but people will be excited to have an MLB team here. We've been so close. We've always been used as a pawn for so many years.
Yeah.
When owners wanted new stadiums, the Twins did it in the '90s. Jeffrey Loria did it when he wanted a new stadium in Miami, and said that he was going to move to Charlotte if he didn't get his way. And of course, it was just all a pawn to get their new stadiums. But we're now officially on the list. We've been on there since 2015. We're excited. We're happy. And I think they're all great cities. I have no problem with any of them, but I think Charlotte's the best one.
I got a question for you. I know I'm just jumping because I got
Go,
so much
baby,
in my
go,
head. And so
go.
this is such a great conversation, but I'm starting to see like football players and basketball players and stuff like that get into ownership of NASCARs because you're in the hotbed of NASCAR, right?
Yeah.
Do you see in the group transferring NASCAR people into baseball owners?
Oh, absolutely.
Is MJ involved or interested in a baseball team? Are those crossovers, maybe some Panthers players or something, are those people interested in helping bringing a baseball team to Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. I think Jordan would be excited. He said he loves baseball more than basketball.
Right.
He played for the White Sox. He does own the Hornets.
Right.
He got into NASCAR recently.
Yep.
We have David Tepper here, who's the owner of the Panthers and who's the owner of the new MLS team. He's actually the wealthiest owner in the NFL. He's got more money than Jerry Jones, Bob Kraft. A lot of people don't know that.
Right.
He's the richest owner in all of sport, in all of the NFL. I mean, he came from the Steelers organization, so I mean, I think he would have no problem seeing an MLB team or supporting it. That's the next thing to come here. I mean, we got everything.
Right. Because they're huge NASCAR, but like I was bringing up more like the Childress, Penske. I mean, there's so much involved in there, and they can bring sponsorship. Yeah, Earnhardt.
His family are from here, so absolutely.
Wall trips. There's a lot to it.
So that brings up a great lead-in for my next question, which is great. Forbes magazine came out that stated that Rob Manfred said that there would be a $2.2 billion franchise tag, and that the next stadium is going to be almost $2 billion. So you're looking at, boom, $4.2 billion before you even start.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot. I mean, it's expensive to have to put a team out here, but Charlotte, we got the banks out here. We got, NASCAR out here. We got, like I said, David Tepper, Jordan, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. We got NASCAR out here. I mean, this is a growing, wealthy place. We could do sort of like what the Raiders did. Instead of getting the people to pay for it, get the tourists to pay for it. We have a lot of conventions out here, put a tourist hotel tax, like a 10-cent penny tax, whatever. And they could do something like what Las Vegas did when they had the Raiders built their stadium in Las Vegas. So, I mean, there's so many other ways and more creative ways to build a stadium instead of raising taxes. And that's always been people's concern, but I remember when they built the Knight Stadium, and I mean, the attendance went from 3,000, and it was originally in South Carolina, and they moved it to Charlotte, and it went from 3,000 to 9,000, number one in all of MILB. And I'm like, that's minor league baseball. Can you imagine a Major League Baseball team came here? Right. People will get excited about it, and it's a lot of money, but we're all in the same boat. Nashville's in the same boat. Montreal's in the same boat. Las Vegas would be in the same boat. So, well, it's
a lot of people are heading towards the south.
Time out. We got to get rid of Montreal. I'm sorry, they lost their opportunity. Goodbye. You're out. See ya.
The other problem when you have
a new stadium, they might be the Montreal Rays or back to the Expos. I have no idea. I know they want to get another team in Canada to have like some kind of rivalry with Toronto. I don't see a team in Vancouver because they lost to Grizzlies. So I would respectfully take Vancouver off that list. But the other ones, I'm cool with them. But it's a great list. I mean, I have no problem with them. But if I had to get rid of one, it would probably, I think Vancouver, and I just don't see one in Portland. I think Seattle would have a problem with it. And then if you're going to put a team in Vancouver, it's right over the border. So
Yeah.
it's either going to be Portland or Vancouver that has to go off that list.
So you're looking at Vancouver, Portland, Seattle's right in the middle. They're about 3 hours from each other, basically. So 6 hours from end to end.
Yeah, it's too close. And Seattle's going to put up a fight, just like when the Orioles, when the Nationals went to Washington D.C. and Peter Angelos was furious and suing and blah blah blah. And
but money talks.
You know what?
Money talks. Let me ask. I got to know this. What is it going to take for me to get a Charlotte? It's bats, right?
Yes.
A Charlotte bats hat.
I'm coming up with our website. We're gonna launch it very, very soon. So
you're gonna have a hat, or you're gonna have jerseys that people can get?
Oh yeah, we have jerseys. I mean, I got this cool poster. I got my cool jersey right here.
That's perfect.
Now those are our home jerseys. The whole name and the colors all represent North Carolina.
Perfect.
I always tell people, how did I come up with the name? I wanted to call them the Charlotte Cardinals, but because it's the state bird of North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it's too many Cardinals. I think the St. Louis Cardinals would have a problem. So we came up with the Charlotte Bats, which was a minor league baseball team from 94 to 2004, who are now called the Greensboro Grasshoppers. And bats are very common. And the colors we chose are the colors of the city of Charlotte and our university, UCC, home of the Charlotte 49ers. So we put all that together, came up with the Charlotte Bats, and we're going to be coming out with our website very, very soon, with our online store, sell hats. We actually came out with some military jerseys to support our troops. We have a patriotic jersey to support the United States of America. So we're going to be a very patriotic, very military, team. And we have this is North Carolina is a military state. We got Camp Lejeune in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And of course, Fort Bragg in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So it is a military state.
So how do we, what do you need from our viewers? How do they get a hold of you? What's some of the things that they can do to help support this?
Do you want them to harass the MLB? I said that out loud, didn't I?
I mean, right now, Manfred's practicing his golf swing right now. So, I mean, he's got a lot of time on his hands.
Right.
They can go on our website. It's www.charlottebats.com. We have a petition
right there down below,
and you can sign it and pass it on. If you want to harass MLB or Manfred, go ahead. I don't mind.
Send them love. Send them love from Charlotte.
They have a lot of free time right now. They're not doing anything right now except arguing about, I'm only getting 18 million instead of, 20 billion or something like that. So they have a lot of free time right now. So you can drop them a call and just say, hey, we need an MLB team in Charlotte. So, and I'm glad for Manfred for doing that. He gets criticized a lot. But that was one thing I am grateful for, that he's looking to expand. I've always thought Major League Baseball should expand from 30 to 32 teams, and Charlotte should be, to me, a slam dunk for an MLB team.
Yeah. One last thing for me.
Yep.
With the reorganization of the minor leagues, I think this would be a great opportunity to bring in 2 expansion teams.
Nice.
I think so too. You want to get the fans back. You're going to lose more fans. They lost fans in '94, and they didn't come back. They're going to lose even more fans. They've lost the young people, because young people right now don't have an attention span. They're not going to sit through a 9-hour game, 3 hours, see a pitch. They want to see fast pace, stuff like that. So I think they said that the average baseball lover is like 55 years or older. So the game is getting to older people as well. So I think getting an expansion team, brand spanking new, have a draft expansion lottery. I remember when the Rockies had one, and it was fun to see that. It was exciting. I remember Nigel Wilson was the first one to go to the Marlins. David Nee was the first one to go to the Rockies. It was exciting to see stuff like that and see the uniforms and the hats, and it'll bring excitement here to our state as well. They're like, hey, we finally got Major League Baseball here. And
the best way to,
and hopefully,
I got one more question.
Hopefully, I had something to do with it. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so too. I think you fix baseball for the younger crowd. The way you fix it is you bring tackling into it.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I think you should have
bring the game back into it. You can take out the second baseman.
That's right.
But
it could be like WWE, AEW. We could have a steel cage match. We can have a judge in a steel cage match with someone, And I mean, he's like, what is
Oh,
he?
yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
Something like that. He's huge. He's huge.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
he can bring
I
some
have
old-
one
older
last
players
question.
back.
I know I said I had a last question. 4 years from now, Charlotte has a team. Who's the manager?
Ooh.
Oh, I love to see Cal Ripken Jr. You know, he's got
Oh,
ties
oh,
here
oh.
to North Carolina. We actually had a minor league baseball team called the Charlotte O's back in the 80s. And Cal Ripken, his brother, his dad managed the team. And so he actually got like his start in Charlotte, North Carolina with the Charlotte O's. And I've heard it that he's interested in managing. I think I heard when the national job was opening, he was really interested about maybe being a manager there. We need to bring Cal Ripken Jr. back to save the game. I love to
Yeah.
see the commissioner. We need to bring somebody there people love, respect, you know, and right now people are just hating baseball right now. The younger people hate it as well because they just see a bunch of greedy millionaires and billionaires fighting.
Quick question. Who has the most valuable baseball card? Billy Ripken or Cal?
Cal.
Billy.
No
Yes,
way.
it's that one with the
Billy's
knob on
error
the bat
card.
with the- yeah, with the knob on the bat that says, well, I can't say what it says.
Yeah, it's
but
a bad word.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay,
that I have.
yeah,
You
I
really
have it.
Nice.
Yeah.
that's
It's
a crazy.
been a pleasure. We are at our limit now,
Oh,
but
yeah, way
we had
over.
a great time. We could talk for hours.
Oh
because
my God, I can
this is
talk
such a
baseball for
great
days.
topic, especially right now when there's no baseball, and also
Oh,
in the
God,
future
yeah.
because this is a future thing that we're looking forward to. So it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. What up?
What up, Rick? Thank you again. We appreciate you. I can't wait to talk to you in say 6 months.
Yeah, we'll see. And maybe Sacramento will replace Portland or Montreal on that list.
Yeah,
All
there
right,
we go.
I like it. I like it. Have a good one, Rick.
All right.
Thanks,
up?
man.
What up?
Have a good day.
You too.